Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and this is the open beta for Chapter 1 of Elite Dangerous Beyond. Now megaships have been in the game for quite a while now. They're rather huge and large vessels that are out there in the depth of space, and as of this update they now come with some attached new gameplay. Now there's a megaship here in the Weird system, which is the system used for beta testing at the moment on the beta server, and this one is an Aquarius class tanker. So basically what's happened here then is that these ships have been upgraded with cargo bays, data terminals, comms arrays, as well as defense turrets. Now all of these can be hacked in order to obtain various types of rewards. However, doing so is considered to be a crime, so you will get issued with a bounty. But merely scanning the ship is not a crime, so you don't have to worry about that. And doing so with your data link scanner, you will see the nice new graphical effect there. Once the ship has been scanned, you'll get updated with sub-targets. Now you can either target these with your sub-target panel on the left-hand side of your ship, or alternatively you can directly select your target and then fly over to it. So once you've done this, you'll need to use your data scanner again, this time on the sub-target, and you will get further sub-targets. You'll then be able to interact with these assets using various types of limpets. In this case, we need a recon limpet, so it's very important that before you do all this, you equip your ship correctly. At the moment then, not all megaships have been updated with these new scenarios. There's currently 22 different megaships available in beta that you can test this out on, and I'll list them in the video description below, or at least give you a link where you can go find out that information. And this bulk cargo carrier is one such megaship in the TAM system. This time I'm outfitted correctly. I've got a cargo rack, I've got a recon limpet controller, as well as a cargo hatch breaker and a manifest scanner. Collector limpets are also a nice thing to bring along, but you've got to keep in mind you do need room on your ship, and if you've got a combat focused ship then you're going to be very limited in terms of room. For the chieftain here, that means I've had to forgo a number of combat focused modules. I haven't got a shield cell bank, for example. So then let's have a look at the hackable comms array here. As you saw before, we've now got some sub-targets, and let's have a look at that. There's two. Both of these can be attacked with recon limpets, so we select that and deploy one of those recon limpets. Now funnily enough, the first one went a little bit haywire. As you watch it deploy, I think it bashes into something as it goes. Oh no, it just doesn't seem to do its job. I don't know if it hit the tower there or what happened, so I did have to deploy another one. That is after I spent a few moments merrily watching the other limpets spinning off into space. The second limpet attached here without any problem at all, and you can see the little white disc surrounding the limpet there acts as a timer. We have to wait for that to complete before the task is done. Now that only takes a while, but meanwhile you can see we've been issued with a bounty, and on top of that we've now been told that system defense forces are on the way, and due to the fact this is a low security system, the timer for that is 4 minutes for their arrival. So ideally we want to complete our objectives within that time frame, and this one's nearly done. And what did we get? Well, it seems we didn't get anything. I did check through my comms panel though, just in case I'd received a message related to this, but there was nothing there either. You can see the previous message was about my Anaconda. The next thing to try was check the other docking point there and send out another limpet. That's slightly over to the other side, and that means we need to wait again, and we're going to also be issued with an increased bounty. So do keep in mind that whilst the bounties do stack up, these types of actions don't increase your notoriety. And all the time your notoriety is actually low, then you're not going to have ATR ships sent after you, which are the Advanced Tactical Responders. They're very, very tough, and if they are sent after you, then you're likely to be in quite a bit of trouble. And that's something I'll have a look at in a future video. So again, the timer nearly complete here. Let's see what we get this time, if anything. Right, a bounty again for Piracy, and you can see we've got some data, quite a bit of it in fact, so not bad all in all. Time to move on to one of the other hackable elements then, but it seems the ship has got a little bit annoyed with me and it's deployed its missiles. Now you can hack turrets, and if you do so, I do believe it will travel back to the turret's power supply. You can then hack that in turn, which will just temporarily disable the turrets. I didn't try that here though, as I was quite conscious about the counting down timer for the arrival of the defense forces, and I wanted to get to the cargo hatches to see what type of cargo was actually available here. So you can see then that these megaship scenarios will be pretty good in wings. You could have one person disabling the turrets while another hacks the comms array and another person hacks the cargo hatches. Now, you can use a manifest scanner here, but I didn't bother with that. Instead, I went straight to deploying the hatch breaker limpets to break the hatch right open. And of course, you will be issued with yet another bounty for this, so really it's all starting to mount up at this point. Fortunately, the hatch breaker limpet does its job very, very quickly, and there's a lovely animation there of the cargo hatch opening up. You can see the canisters inside, and then they get ejected as they're pulled out into space. I did actually want to get a close look inside the cargo bay there, but I was a bit too slow, and you can see the cargo bay starting to close again. And unfortunately, at this point, my peaceful time around the area was at an end, as the system defense forces had finally arrived. In fact, there was more than just one ship. Quite a few of them come to attack me. Tried to have a bit of a look though at what cargo I could have picked up had I had the collector limpets and the time to do so. Now, the Chieftain is certainly a combat focused ship, but I haven't got it fully equipped as such, as I've had to put a bunch of limpet controllers on here, both for the recon ones as well as the hatch breakers. So that meant I had to remove the hull reinforcement as well as the shield cell bank in order to do that. The options here then are to either run or to try and take on the defense forces so that you can get an opportunity to go back and take the cargo. And of course that point can really go back to the idea that these scenarios might work really well if you're in a wing. At any rate, my destruction here was totally inevitable, so let's skip straight to that part. So then, I was killed with a bounty on my head by some defense forces, which means that I get this new message: Detention Facility. Criminal warrants were detected on your ship before its destruction. You have been transferred to a detention facility where you'll be processed for crimes against TAM Corp. Okay then, in a minute we'll find out just how far away that detention facility actually is, and you can see down at the bottom right, my bounty or legal fees are around about 2,400 credits. And of course that would have been a lot higher had I killed any of the defense ships. Also, keep in mind that had I run away and escaped the defense ships, then I still would have had a bounty attached to my ship as the ship is hot. And again, that's something I'll have a closer look at in another video. Here we are then at the detention facility, and the real question now is how far away are we from the original location? So it was over in Tampa, or had I want to get back to Weird where the beta location is along with all my other ships? Let's see how far that actually is. So 124 light years. Now that's not too bad if you've got a ship with a good jump engine, and the ship I've got has got 26 light years. But if you're fully outfitted for combat and haven't increased your FSD, then it's likely that's going to be a significant distance for you. What's more is that even though I've got a reasonable jump distance on my ship, I don't have a fuel scoop, so there's no way I'm going to make it all the way back to that destination without docking up and refueling, or finding a way to purchase a fuel scoop. So the detention facility here does have an outfitting screen, but unfortunately it doesn't have a huge range of options. In fact, it has absolutely nothing. But the fact it's got an outfitting screen here does mean you can summon over your modules if you so desire, and there's also a shipyard here, which means you could summon over some ships, but both of those involve timers, and they involve a fair bit of messing around and waiting. So the bottom line is then that no matter which option I choose, it's going to be a fair old while before I'm back in action again. The option I decided to go with was to go collect a fuel scoop, and fortunately there's one of those within 7 or so light years. So that then is the Megaship scenario gameplay, and it's actually pretty nice indeed. And there's also a very brief glimpse at the new crime and punishment system there, and that's something I'll be taking a much closer look at in another video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.